Okay, so now I've blocked in most of the wall on this side that I need to, but here is going to be a nice big square window, which I need to make a hole for. Obviously we've put these uprights in when we built the initial structure. There's multiple ways of doing it. You can do it like this. You can just build complete walls with all the studs and then cut out the window openings like I'm going to do now, or you can build the window openings into the walls on the floor and then lift them up, and then the holes are there ready. We didn't really have the plan of what we wanted to do with the windows as we started building. I just wanted to get the frame of the house up, and then we can figure the windows out when we are inside, and we can feel how the space feels and where we want to see out the windows and things like that. So that's why we've done it this way around. I think I would probably do it the other way in future. I'd have a bit more of a solid plan for the house and cut the windows out and build the window holes into the walls before lifting them up. Might be a little bit easier that way around, because now I've got to kind of cut these, do horizontal cuts on these upright studs. It's going to be a bit of a faff, but it's still doable. But yeah, just one of those things. So for now I'm going to start taking all these support bits off that are holding the house up. So I'm hoping as I take them off, the house doesn't suddenly collapse. We will find out. Blue skies, sunshine, still very windy, and I made a massive cock up on starting this window. I spent yesterday evening, I was probably too tired to be doing it. I shouldn't have been trying to do maths when I'm tired. I shouldn't try and do maths when I'm wide awake, to be honest. But anyway, this beam is too far this way. I haven't accounted for the other 45 that needs to go on this side, because I was thinking I could just put the window slap bang against this end stud, save timber, yada yada yada. What I didn't account for is obviously I need to put a top brace along, so it needs something to sit on, and obviously there's nothing for it to sit on. I would have to cut into that, and I don't really want to cut into the corner of the house and jeopardize its stability, rigidity, whatever. So balls, I'm gonna have to cut this one out, which is really annoying since I've added this second piece on. I'm gonna have to see if I can get those apart, cut that out, and then it's a waste because obviously it's nailed from the bottom. Is it nailed from the bottom? Maybe I can take this one out completely and just hotch it over. We will find out. But that's where we're at. But also we do have the beginnings of a window hole. Obviously the window is not going to be this big. It's going to be about 1.5 meters square, starting at about waist height. So I'm the window, imagine it. So yeah, that's where we're at. Maths. Oh, what a lovely view though. Okay, so now we've got effectively the king stud, our main stud, which is the corner of the wall. We've got our jack stud, the next one, which is shorter. It's the top of the sill for the window will go along there. And then we've got king stud this side, jack stud this side. And I had to put some teeny tiny little blocks in between this as well, just to stop that waggling, because this is essentially the main support for that window to keep it sturdy, solid. So now we need to add our top plate, but I don't even know if I have the wood for that, to be honest. And then our what's called a cripple. Somebody needs to come up with a better name for that next piece, but it's called a cripple stud, and that goes low down, and that holds the bottom sill of the box for the window. After a bit more faffing, I cut these too long. I didn't account for the 45 that's going to go across the top, so I just had to cut another 45 off of those each. So now they're the right height. So we've got king, jack, cripple, king, jack, cripple, and now top plate, or sill plate, whichever you want to call it, which hopefully is nice and tight. Okay. There we go. Stay. Starting to look like a window. Oh, and I broke my hammer somehow. No idea how, but I now have no, what are they? Teeth? Hooks? Claws! I have no claw left on my hammer. I'm not sure how I managed to break that. This hammer cost me 10,000 Icelandic krona, which is still a lot of money. That's like £60 in English. So I'm not quite sure how that happened, but yeah. Do I have the receipt for it? Definitely not. So top plates are up. I've done double at thicker than the wall wood, side on, doubled it up, and I'm going to fill it with foam just to insulate it a little bit later on. And the sill plate now, I'm just putting the studs back in underneath. And then that's, apart from the top, same thing, just replace the studs. That's it. Annoyingly, I'm having to space the studs out. I'm just starting from that corner instead and doing them 60 on 60 centres from that way rather than this way. But it doesn't matter. As long as they're in there, I think that's all that matters. Everything's nice and solid again now. Whew. What a mission. So yeah, stud, stud. Window, almost done. And I've got to do it all over again.